You'll never be able to go back to doing it the lazy way again, because it just comes out so nice. I got both shelves put together, and I primed them off camera too. My sprayer's kind of messed up. When I let go of the trigger, a little tiny stream comes out, so I gotta figure out what that's all about. Probably shot it. I probably need a new gun. The tips and stuff are fine, but so yeah, I'm just gonna finish painting this one, and I'm also gonna try to finish painting the backs of them too. I don't want just exposed wood back there. I'll set this guy up on the deck probably, put these sawhorses out there. So that was just a really light pass on the first coat. The only reason I'm painting the underside is so that you're kind of minimizing the chance of that plywood warping. While I wait for those to dry, I'm going to try to figure out this plexiglass. And I need to cut a couple strips so that they will sit inside that groove that I cut. That way the nail polish can't just fly out of there. I was thinking about using this guy, but I think using the track saw is probably going to be the better route to go. So I had a feeling this would happen. That blade, that kerf that I cut in there is not big enough to fit this. And also the track saw is not doing a great job either, which I also thought might be an issue. So I think maybe the plan is just no plexiglass. And I just ruined a $100 piece of plexiglass. I have been wanting to make windows for there and there. I mean, plexiglass is not the best thing to make windows out of, but I got it, and it would make for a good video. We'll see. And the plexiglass not being in there isn't the biggest deal. The bottles and stuff are in there kind of tight anyway. So like lifting the bottle up and out would probably be a nuisance. And it's not like there's going to be an earthquake or doors slamming to where stuff's going to just fall off that shelf. So I'm going to call it an artistic error. It doesn't look bad, but it doesn't work how I wanted it to. Oh well. The last thing I need to do is make some French cleats. Those don't need to get sprayed black, and they're really easy. It's all it is a strip of plywood cut in half on like a 45-degree angle, and that'll be what keeps the shelves on the wall. And I'll probably do one at the top and one at the bottom. That way the shelf can't swing. And I won't install those here. I will let these dry, transport them there, then install the French cleats on the back of them. That is already dry. Bugs keep getting in there. Of course, I'm out here in like really harsh daylight, so you see everything. So that's probably gonna have to do it for these guys. They came out very nice, and you can see what I was talking about with the oak. It gives you a little bit of grain to it. I really like that part. And if I didn't do the edge banding like I showed you on the last video, it would have looked like that. It would have looked like crap. And if you saw in the time lapse, I was sanding these in between those coats. It might seem a little unnecessary and you might feel like you're not doing anything, but trust me, you are. The first coat that you paint on there, it leaves like little beads of paint. I don't know why it does it, but it does. And if you don't knock the beads of paint off there, they stay there and then they get accentuated on the second coat of paint. They never really go away, but if you get rid of them on the first coat, they don't really come back on the second coat. Like this is really smooth. And sanding in between coats applies to everything, not just like, you know, furniture pieces like this. It applies to walls, you know, in between coats of primer, in between coats of paint on walls, doors, trim, all of it. Painting in general. Once you force yourself to sand in between coats, you'll never be able to go back to doing it the lazy way again, because it just comes out so nice. But on the next video, you'll probably see me installing these bad boys. So, all right, we'll see you.